every season, there's going to be a testimony out of it or a learned lesson.
Yeah. And it's like in this season, it's a lot, like she said, there's a lot of opportunity to learn. And I just wanted to make this note of like some signs that you can say that in your life, the Lord is shifting you from one season to another. It's like the Holy Spirit starts to show you something new. And I can attest to that. It's not even a lie. You read your word and then there's just scripture that just sticks with you. Hello. How you doing?
Man?
How's everyone doing?
I'm good, man.
Not so good, but I'm here by the grace of
Why
God.
are you not so good, Janet?
Yeah, what's
Talk to
wrong,
me.
Janet?
Talk to me.
Speaking to Mike, Janet.
Well, that's when we get to our blessing.
We might as well go right into it.
So, my blessing, though, let's start with the blessing. The blessing is that I went to horse and stables. So, guys, if you
What?
don't know, I'm a recreation therapist. And so that's part of my job. So, got to see horses today, got to groom them.
In Toronto?
No, in Halton Hills.
So you guys took a bus?
You guys went all the way down.
Yeah.
Like
Janet
they
has a sick
school
job,
bus?
yo.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say that was.
So what time did you guys leave?
We left at 10:30. Not even 10:30. Probably like 10:40 or
You have to
something.
speak up a lot louder than you are speaking now.
Oh, we left at like 10:30, 10:40.
Yeah.
You brought it away.
Yeah, so that you're not like.
Oh, okay. 10:30, 10:40. Yeah, we groomed them, we brushed them. I rode one. It was nice. It was nice. It was just peaceful, and we had a barbecue for lunch for everyone.
Wow.
So I got fed for free: hot dogs, hamburger, potato salad,
What a
macaroni
job.
salad. It was great. My coworker cooked. I didn't cook. I just ate.
Wow.
But-
Oh, you guys brought the stuff there.
Yeah,
to
we
cook.
usually cook when we go.
I'm
Oh.
like envious of your job.
Yeah, parts of it, but that's.
But
the
you know
good
you have to
part.
be on alert 24/7.
Exactly. If someone
So
escapes.
your mind is like...
How many have? How many?
Literally, how many we have? I was like, there's one point where one like likes to wander, and this individual has dementia, so they walked too far, and thought they were gone at that point. But they ended up on the other side or something like that. I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
okay. Anyways, but my blunder was I didn't get enough sleep because Bernice is gonna say it's probably part of her blunder, but our car got hit on the
Sheesh.
side.
That's not why she got the blunder. The blunder is because I was working till 11 o'clock, so she had to come and pick me up. That's
But
why
that's
she got
part
the
of the
blunder.
blunder because
No.
I had to pick you up. If when the car wasn't hit, you would take the car and come back on your own. But I didn't have enough sleep. I had 5 hours of sleep. Bernice went to work until 11, and I had to pick her up. And usually I go to bed at like 11.
That's not true.
So I went to bed at 12.
Turns out at like 11:30 the day before that.
Woke up at 5:30. It's a mess. It's a mess. Anyways, that's my blunder.
Oh, but you can go.
Oh yes, let's just top it off. Well, yeah, the blunder for me, I'm just gonna say it because you already said it. So our car, like it's not my car, my mom's car. I went to go to treat myself. I went all the way to Brampton. I usually park on the side of like any person would. You're not gonna park on the driveway. I parked on the side, and I parked properly too. I know I did because I looked at it too. I don't know, something about me was like, this car is looking a little, it's a big car. It's a Highlander, so it's not going to be like slim onto it. But it was in the lane. So I come back an hour later. I look and said, seriously, I was like, this is the car that I brought? Is this the right car? Because I had to.
Did I park in a different spot?
Yeah, I was like, did I park in the right? The whole side mirror was knocked out, and the mirror itself it flew onto their driveway. The way I was
Whoa.
I was like, Lord, I'm not blaming. I cannot blame you. You're still good. But Satan, you're doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing a lot.
Blows on top of blows.
You're doing a lot because Lexi's she's down.
She's down bad.
Yeah,
And
we
this is
told
the
that
one-
story last week.
Exactly. And this is the only car we have left that's working. Now, if you don't have, this is the driver's side, so you need that driver's side. The passenger side, you can still kind of manage.
Yeah.
But the driver's side,
Yeah, you look more in
You
your
look-
mirror on
exactly.
the driver's side.
there's no mirror.
You better do that big blind check. Use your whole neck.
And so that's the blunder for this week and trying to fix that. But the blessing is my friend's dad hooked us up with a person that lives literally 3 minutes away from us. And
I know he's Ghanaian too.
No, he's not. Oh, my friend is that?
No,
or the person? No, he's not.
Where is he? Where is he from?
He's white though.
He looked like Czech or like
probably some type of like
Portuguese.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but the blessing is that he did it for a reasonable. He's doing it for a reasonable price.
Wow.
And the reality is, like, if you go to the shop, you're going to be paying at least $800 to replace a side mirror.
He's a mechanic, and that's how much generally it costs to fix.
It would be like 8 and up, and he's doing it for under 300 or 250. So that's the blessing right there. The Lord knew.
Can your mirror turn in? Can you push it in?
Like right now?
Like in general, no. I'm saying how cars, you see, the newer cars it goes in by itself. I don't know if the older cars you can push it in.
I don't know
because that's what I be doing. Ever since I heard her story, I pushed mine in.
You didn't push it in this one, did you?
No. Oh. But sometimes I do it. Like
you must. At this point, you
sometimes
have to.
I do it, especially if I'm like even if I'm like going to the mall, I park far.
No, I
don't want no one near me.
I'm sorry, but like
that person was speeding.
Definitely.
Like
definitely.
To knock, like you can like kind of like hit it.
You know how you just hit it and it kind of like it can even go back. It can even
go
backwards a little bit. This thing was like, like gone. It's dangling, which means you were speeding with and this is a residential area. This is not no like street or anything like that. This is where people live. So Brampton people, I understand why your insurance is high and you have high rates of accidents and stuff like that because you think every road is a highway.
Sorry.
Anyways, the blessing came, so the Lord provided, and He showed favor amongst us. So thank you, Jesus.
Well, speaking about cars, one of my is it blessing first?
You can do whichever one.
Oh, I'm gonna do blunder because we're in the car section. So today, while going through her story, you guys' story, it kind of reminded me of a blunder that happened to me 2 months ago, I guess. So I'm making this quick because we gotta get to it. I went to Walmart. And I parked.
I remember this now. I know where you're going.
I parked on the side.
No, you have to tell them what side because you can't say side.
I parked on the fire route side.
He parked in front of Walmart.
Yes, in front of Walmart.
Where you quickly,
and I've done it before to go get something quick, right? But usually, people are supposed to be in the car. It's one of those, if people don't understand, it's one of those when you pull up to Walmart and you see someone sitting in the car with their hazard lights on, blinking. So this is Saturday, maybe like 11. Saturday, what the heck? Who's 11 a.m. Yeah.
That's the busiest time.
So I go and I come back and I see this black man. This black police officer, or not police, like them,
Security. I'm sorry, isn't it always some black policeman? Because
right?
when I got a ticket last time, it was a black police officer.
He was giving me a ticket, looking at my car, writing things down, and I go and I see the ticket. I said, "Oh," I said, and then I was like, "Oh, sir, it's my car." He's like, "You can't." He's like, "You can't park it." Very nice man.
Yeah.
You can't park it. And I looked at the ticket. It was $350.
I don't even know why. I had to ask him, why would you do that? Because this is not like
it was dead. It was like a Saturday morning where everybody's gonna go get their groceries.
Saturday morning. Second of all, it has the yellow lines on the floor.
I know,
it's showing
but
you that you're not supposed to be.
Don't come though.
No.
I be thinking these people don't come.
But it's one thing to be you're in the car waiting. There's another level of saying I'm going to park here.
It was my fault. That's why when I seen the ticket, I said, "Oh, sir, is this much?" I said, "For real, is this much?" He's like, "Yeah, I mean, you can go and dispute it if you want. It's your first ticket." And I said, "Yeah, but it wasn't my first ticket." So on top of that, I had a parking ticket because when I first moved to that area, I had a parking ticket that's $75. When it switches to winter time, so you can't park on the road. I got a ticket that's $75, but I forgot to pay for it, right? So now I'm like, damn, if I dispute it, they're not gonna really have mercy for me, right? So then I take a day off work, I go dispute it. You write in the iPad. You search up your license plate, and it had the ticket on there plus the new ticket. So altogether, it was maybe like $400 and something in tickets. So I say, "Oh, I'm a recently graduated student." Wasn't a lie. A recently graduated student. I'm looking for a job in my field, and it's a bit hard for me right now to fully pay all of this. Like, I'm just asking for a reduced thing. I'm looking for I'm looking for a job in my field. If I didn't say that, I said already. I'm looking for a job in my field, and I learned my lesson. And this is what I said. I was like, I don't think they're gonna go for this. But I said, as I was coming here, I realized that I had a ticket for $75 for over 2 years. Over 2 years, guys. I recently had a ticket for $75, and I honestly, this is my fault. I know it's my fault, and I take full responsibility. So I pressed submit, and the lady said, okay, they're gonna send you a mail, and they're gonna send you a letter in the mail. So maybe like 2 weeks after or something like that. 2 weeks after I go in the mail and I see, no, I didn't. I'm driving. You see, I don't learn my lesson, but I'm driving, right? And I go to my email because sometimes I like to go to my email to see if I got real email, like a job or something like that. So I go on my email. I see town of so and so. I see the amount $0.
And that's your blessing.
Is that what you
Zero.
Is that what you say you're gonna tell?
Yes.
That's wow.
$0, guys. $0. They said, thank you for being honest or something like that. Don't let it happen again. It's covered. You don't have to pay nothing. When I tell you guys, God, that in that time too, I was getting hit with bare things, like bare payments and stuff like that. And I was just so humbled. I was like, God, wow, you showed your grace and mercy on my life. I couldn't imagine. I was shocked. Like, I was like, damn, I saved so much money. Wow. For them to see that I have another ticket and they said, nah, you're good. $0? I'm shocked. So that's my blunder and that's my blessing.
That was a good one.
God is just...
That was
there for me. He was looking out for me.
He was.
When I tell you I learned my lesson, I will never, ever again park in a fire route.
Now you know.
I learned my lesson.
You should only learn one time. That's it.
That's all. I said, God, this is the only lesson I need to learn. I said, no.
He can't be treating you.
I was sick to my stomach when I seen that ticket. Sick to my stomach. Sick. I said, you know what I could have did with this money?
You know what? I also have to confess as well. I have a ticket too on my mom's car.
A ticket plus damage.
That's why I told her she's the bad.
No, it's $75 too, but it's because it was downtown. But listen very carefully because they said you can park there, but they said it's for a specific type of car, so it's like the zip cars.
Oh.
And I thought you could park. No, that's not right.
So what you thought a zip car was?
No, I didn't think like they were like
gonna check.
No. So I still have the $75 to pay. I know.
Toronto don't play too with them
don't.
tickets.
Honestly, cars are honestly they're a blessing, but like if
they're blunders
there's
too.
blunders too with all the stuff that they do. But anyways, that is our blessing and blunder. If you like to share about your blessing and blunder throughout the week, feel free to let us know in the comments, or you can DM us, or we'll share on our stories as well. So we love to hear it. Let's get into our episode.
Yes, let's get into it.
I hope you guys are liking the episode so far.
Yes.
I've been feeling it, and I think
same.
I think it's just right timing, right topics.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like life is moving too fast or too slow? And if so, talk to me about that.
It's interesting. Do I ever feel like life is moving too fast or too slow? I don't feel either or. I kind of like, especially the seasons, I kind of judge it off of like, am I hitting my certain goals? I don't even know if that makes sense. I don't feel like it's moving too fast or it's moving too slow. There's times where I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm this age. Oh, my gosh. But in terms of moving too fast or moving too slow, sometimes, honestly, I wish the season of summer is longer. Because, like, honestly, I feel like we can get in this depressive state as a world when it hits like winter time and coldness, especially in Canada, where it's like, oh my gosh. But then we have Christmas and stuff like that. Yeah. So I don't feel like life is moving too fast or too slow. That's a really good question.
How about you?
I don't think it's moving too fast or too slow either. I just think that the current season is hard. Like you're just stuck in the season, and now you have to figure out how to navigate it currently and get through it day by day. It's not like it's moving slow or moving fast. You're just in the rough. You're in the season. And it can be some good stuff in the season. And it can be some bad stuff in the season. You're all dealing with it at the same time.
Yeah.
And then eventually, you move on to the next one. But yeah, it's just the grind in that season. It's hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the days feel slow, but
Yeah.
the years feel fast. You know? And it's, sometimes I do feel stuck. But it's like, especially with this podcast, we're doing little things to gain like some bigger things. And when I say little things, it can be like, okay, we searched like stuff to talk about on this episode, and now we have a whole outline. Like stuff like that. It's like, okay, compound, like things are just, adding up. But when it comes to like, and maybe I'm putting too much stock on it, but when it comes to like maybe like career, job and stuff like that, I'm like, it's taking too long. It's like, I'm not trying to be in a whiny tone, but it's like, God, if it's happening for this person, how can it happen for me? What am I doing? But then it's perspective,
Everyone's
because
timeline is different.
I know,
Which
but then
we don't want
people like will look at my job and be like, I wish I had that job, or like you're getting paid pretty good, like.
Yeah.
It's like, and it humbles you, because even like today, I have a friend that has a YouTube page and they get really good views, and like I look at it and I'm like, wow, I'm actually like super like proud of this guy, and I have to clap. I have to force myself to clap at like, you're doing good, because if you can't clap for people's success, like you won't be as blessed for yours. Like you gotta clap for people's success, So yes, it's like the slow grinding. Feels stuck. I feel like in quicksand sometimes.
So that's the season you're currently in.
Yeah, man.
Waiting season.
Waiting, doing.
What? How would you say your season? Like, what season are you currently in? Because there's different seasons in life, and so there's like the winter season, there's the spring, there's the fall, and then there's the summer season. And obviously, each one, winter is like it's dry, it's just dead. It's kind of like you're hibernating, and then springtime is obviously when growth happens, and
I feel like I just passed the enjoyment like season
of life right now.
Yeah, like summertime was like just vibes. Like since we weren't doing the podcast, it's just vibes. But then it's grinding season, and I like it. I love this season because it's like, let's get to it, back to the goal. Like the goal is on the board. Let's see if we can get back to it. So it's beautiful, but sometimes the grind to get to those goals, it's like you neglect like finding a new job and stuff. I don't want to make it about that, but I'm just saying. Like,
to be honest, it is. That's what people are going through currently.
Nature,
a job is huge. Like
that's 8 hours of your day.
Like a career, like waiting for your career, maybe like transitioning into a new career. That's a huge part of people's lives, and so like for you, that's a big part of your life. Yeah. Currently, right now, it's not gonna be like that forever, but. Yeah, like I think for me, it's just the season is like waiting and waiting and waiting. And it's so hard. I just, honestly, there's so many moments in life where I'm like, especially in the nighttime, my mind is just running. Like, it's more so like, God, when? Like you said, this is what you said is going to happen, or these are the things you put on my heart, and so I'm like, so like when?
When?
So,
exactly.
Like I'm still here. I'm praying. I'm still here. I'm back at the altar, and it's just like when, and it's not like nothing's moving, but in the moment, it's just you can't see anything shifting. It doesn't feel like anything's going the way that you desire, especially the season like currently. And Janet can understand right now, but like just overall with family and just like. Education and personally, it's just a lot of it is like wait.
Yeah, I feel like I can describe it as it's raining
a lot. No, it's
storm. Autumn. No, it's autumn.
Is it?
Yes.
For you describe it as autumn?
I describe it as fall or autumn, as you can say it.
Okay.
The leaves are beginning to change, but at times there's gusts of wind. Gusts of wind take the leaves off by force. And those are the issues.
I would.
So the big winds, the big,
Yeah.
sometimes you just, and the whole tree comes down.
But then fall is.
But there's also change. There's the colors are changing.
Yeah.
Good things are happening. Not so good things, but they're just happening anyways.
I guess
They may not be happy-ish, but they're just things that are
Is
changing.
that for you? That's how
For
you.
me, that's how I
you
can explain it.
Okay.
Like, yeah, as like a fall, but gust of wind kind of ripping some trees down.
Growth is uncomfortable.
Exactly. The falling of trees, the changing of colors.
Uncomfortable. You think I like going outside with a sweater and stuff like that? I don't want that.
And then the next X hour, it's sunny.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want that.
It's giving
But
crazy.
I think about like teaching the kids this Sunday. I think about, or last Sunday, whatever. I think about like King Solomon when he was getting to be king. Like, instead of asking for all these things, the fame, money, he asked for wisdom. And then when he got the wisdom, God said, "Nah, I'm gonna add on to it. I'm gonna give you more than what you asked for." So it's like in this season, I think about like, I mean, I'm not trying to just ask for something knowing like, okay, like he's gonna give me this too. Like, no, like I need to focus on, like, wisdom is important too, to discern from certain things to do. I think I take that for granted, like, especially like to have discernment, right? So in this season, like I need wisdom on like, okay, if a job does come, like, am I just gonna be so quick to take it? Like, I just can't be quick to take it. Or if like, you know, if this situation comes, am I just going to be so quick to snap? Like, I have to, like, figure out. Like, I like what you did. Like, the other day, your mom was in a tone that was, like, you know? And you're like, "Mommy, like, go inside. Like, it's okay." I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, like, I mean, I...
She was laughing after.
Yeah.
Praise God.
After she kind of yelled at you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's.
She's like, ha ha ha. I was like, yeah, you were doing too much at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where I was going, but I lost my train of thought. But anyways, in the Bible it says in Ecclesiastes, that's a difficult name. Whoever made it.
Ecclesiastes.
It's not. Say that 3 times fast.
Ecclesiastes.
Anyways, Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1-8, there's this line that says, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." Have you ever felt stuck in a particular season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
I feel like it's a jail sentence sometimes.
What? So you expand on that. Like, what season where you felt
Right now, as we speak, right now with my job, if I'm being blunt and honest, I like the job, but I don't love it. I like the job. It's like you're in this job and it can pay you good, but you're dealing with people that are like mean, gossip. It's like you don't feel love. Like you don't. Like, I just feel like I'm stuck, but I'm here for a reason. There's a reason why I'm in this office. I'm here, but it's like it's like, when am I gonna finish? Like, when am I gonna be out of this? Like, I have to ask God, okay, when? Like, what the heck? Because it can be so easy to just gracefully bow out and say, I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna go live off my savings for 2 months. But I can't be doing that because I've done that before.
You can quit if you want. You can.
I can, but that's not wise.
But sometimes he calls us to take a risk.
That's true.
Step out in faith. If he's really calling you to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
No,
what he's telling you to do.
He's not calling me.
Or you're ending the line.
But I've done that in the past where I've said, oh, no. This is not for me. I bowfully or gracefully bow out. You know? So I definitely, and this is tough, man.
Do I feel stuck?
Have you ever felt stuck? Not
Yes.
like you're currently feeling stuck, but have you ever felt stuck?
I did. During the, finding a job phase. Having no job. Or having a little bit of a job. But
And you broke
not
through, my
enough
G.
for months. getting frustrated at the last couple months. It's like, dang, I graduated. I should get a job. I was feeling prideful. I was like, like people get a job right after. Why not? And then other people were telling me, nah, people don't get a job in this place or this hospital like right after work. Like you're probably going to have to do like the low level jobs before you get to the highest jobs. And I was like, okay.
Stop saying that, people too.
But they're just being realistic from their perspective and their experience. But the Lord turned it around for me.
Yeah.
So he said, you know what? Yeah, you waited and you were content in the season that you were, even though at some points I wasn't. I still trusted that he would provide. And, I just continued to do the things of reading my word. And that was a great season, guys. If you are in an off season, if you are in a no job season, read your word. Because that's the time where, he just speaks the most. You have the most time to do it intentionally whenever you want. So use that time wisely to hear from him. And, then you can hear what he wants you to do or where he wants you to go or what job he wants you to take.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think I've had many different seasons. I'm thinking about when COVID first hit, and then I had this uncomfortable, I need to do more. I need to kind of, I felt like I was just being pushed to be a servant in that season. And so that's when I stepped into ministry in terms of partaking in the church and then ICO, and so just being in there that season for 2 years. But then there's a point where it's okay, my time has come to a close. But it felt like I felt kind of not. Yeah, I think I should have left a little bit earlier than I did. But obviously there's a reason why I stayed that long. And then now it's just now I don't feel stuck, but I would say I feel like it's, like I said before, it's taking long. And it's really challenging my faith in many aspects, which is crazy because I remember I would be praying God, challenge my faith. And now it's God, when I said that prayer, I didn't say this the fire now. But the reality is I did pray for this, for God to challenge my faith. And I didn't know what that would look like. In my mind, I think I had a particular idea of what I wanted the faith to be, I wanted my faith to be challenged. But I think now it's definitely being challenged in many aspects. And even now, I think I'm even going through a transition of seasons. And just being able to move to the next season. That's the hardest part. Because the season can be you're in summer right now, but then the Lord's calling you to be in winter. It's well, I'm good with summer. I like how everything, but it will still come regardless. Even if you don't want to go in there, you're going to end up being in there. Or he's calling you to be in a season of springtime and being fully growing and all that stuff. And then it can transition into the next season. And so I think with that, there's particular, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? There's points where you can see where God is changing you into a next, or shifting you into a next season. It's not just, okay, I'm done with this one. Now it's time to go. If you're in winter and it's dry, there's a reason why you're going to be there. And you can't just get out of it because life, there's things that are going to come after you. And I think I'm currently in a winter season. Because honestly, guys, it's dry. When I say dry, it's really, really dry. Cold. And it's not it's more so every area of my life has been very,
dry.
Yes. And cold. But it's teaching me a lot. For example, let me be transparent. There's a season in my life where I didn't lack any money. Money was not a factor.
Money.
I was working at Nike. I was every day, every paycheck, there's something. I wasn't
getting clothes.
I was getting clothes. I was oh, you want something? I got you. I can pay for this. I can do food.
I got you.
I got you. I was good. The season, I was flourishing in a sense, and transition into even after COVID, I was still fine, but.
Sorry, I just want to go to Bible. Sorry, continue.
Oh, sorry. But now I'm in a season where it is tight.
Tight.
It's tight. It's really, really tight. And Yeah, because now I'm in school. I'm not working as I would. I have a job, but it's not like a. I'm not making lots of money where I'm able to kind of sustain that lifestyle. Like not lifestyle, but like, there's certain things that I can't do as I wanted to do previously. I can't just be going out anywhere that I want to, or like spending money any way I like to. And I just find that that's a indicator.
It's like a pruning season.
Yes, and it's teaching me value of money and the importance of stewarding it well with the little that you have.
Yeah, because Bernice is a spender.
No, I love to spend, but I spend,
spender.
but it's not spending only just me. But if I genuinely would spend on people too, right? So like, it's like this season is more so okay with the little that you have. How are you stewarding it? How are you able to use it well?
Funny enough, like as I think about it, it's like me and Bernice did a flip-flop season. Like Bernice used to take care of me, used to do the things for me.
It's facts.
I was in school, I was poor. But now Bernice is in that season of going to school and not having a lot of money and just, stewarding what she's and doing what she has to do with the little that she has. And I'm here having to lend a hand. And I'm learning to lend a hand because I can be stingy sometimes. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Yeah. I can be stingy because I like it how it is. I want to save my money. I want to do what I want with it, and so I have to kind of learn also from Bernice to be giving and generous.
Everybody's learning. No season is wasted.
No, it's never.
No season is wasted.
I want to say this. That's what it feels like. It's gonna be like a testimony. Every season is a testimony, and like in Acts 14:17, it's like, yet he has not left himself without testimony. He has shown kindness by giving you rain from heaven and crops in their seasons. He provides you with plenty of food and fills your heart with joy. So every season, there's going to be a testimony out of it or a learned lesson out of it.
And also, to top that off, my favorite book of the Bible, James, it says, dear brothers and sisters, you guys probably know what's next. When any trouble of any kind comes your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to what? Grow. So let it grow. From when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. Bruh, I'm telling you.
It's true. And it's like in this season, it's a lot, like she said, there's a lot of opportunity to learn. And I just wanted to make this note of like some signs that you can say that in your life, the Lord is shifting you from one season to another. It's like the Holy Spirit starts to show you something new. And I can attest to that. It's not even a lie. You read your word and then there's just scripture that just sticks with you.
It sticks more.
Because I've read Isaiah 43. I think it was that. Yeah, I think it's Isaiah 43 verse 19. It says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" And it goes on about I'm making ways in the wilderness and water through the desert land. And that scripture I've read like multiple times. But this particular time that I read it, I was like, that's it.
But now it's like,
That's it.
No
like
facts.
That's what I need, the word. And like I would listen to songs and things would really just stick and like it would just gravitate towards my spirit. And I'm like, okay, that's it. Just hold on to that word. That's the word that he's transitioning me into another, or she's showing me something new. And even now, guys, before we came back, they can tell you, me in the podcast, I was just, I was
no energy at all.
She's moving
like a slug,
like a snail,
No
like a
energy
sloth.
at all.
Like they were so like very vibrant, but like now because they're working, the opportunity for them is not like they're not doing it, but like it's not as much as energy as they can put in because they have jobs that are basically full time now. But for me, I have an opportunity now to really dive into my creativity, really put more effort into it, and like use the time now to put more into the podcast. So that's what I'm saying. There's reasons for seasons. Everything matters. The Lord's plans are perfect. Like nothing that he does is just going to go in vain. It's absolutely, if you think that way, you need to go back into your word and read it again and read it again and read it again until it gets into your spirit that his plans are forever. What he says, he's going to do. And so another, I guess, sign that the Lord is changing you or shifting you to another season is like he's opening unexpected doors. I think for us in this season, there's doors that have been opened unexpectedly. Like things that are coming up for us in like the fall months, opportunities that came in the summertime, and we weren't even on.
Yeah, we weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even in your rest season.
I'm telling you, even if you take your break, that winter season that you think like nothing's happening, it's really dry, it's really hard, you're struggling, and you just feel like, God, why is it so hard? And there's still room for you to do things. There's still room for him to do something in that season.
And that's why, once again, it's very important to steward the season you're in.
Yes.
For everybody listening, because if you don't, you're going to miss out on a blessing. Then you probably have to go through that same season again. Like, it's very important for, like, Bernice now to probably learn a little bit more about money and how to steward it, because sometimes as a culture and as a community, we don't want to learn about, like, finances or, like, the nitty-gritty about it. We want other people to teach us. So it's like, you need to learn. So when God does bless you with more, you know what to do with it instead of just spending it
and wasting it.
What's that word?
Frivolously.
Hey,
It's okay.
I'm not even gonna try. And then with Virginia, it's like, yes, let God work on your stingy heart sometimes. Like, this is, I was telling her on the phone, like, this is adulting. Like, you live life and things hit you in the face. What you gonna do? But you got to pay for it, and you have to prepare yourself for those times, right? So, and then me, it's just like, I gotta get my mind right. Like, when I come into work, if I don't do the things I need to do to get my mind right, every little thing can get to me. Every little thing. Like, I need to literally pray for those people that get me mad. Like, sometimes I talk to my friend Ty, on the phone, and he calls me like, yo, work this. And I feel like kind of sad for us, because it's like, we feel like this. Like, we shouldn't feel like this. We shouldn't feel like drained or stuff like that. We should be blessed because we have a job. Like, God gave us a job, and God gave us a season where we're making money and stuff like that, you know? So,
I mean, it's fine to be uncomfortable in a space. I think it's fine to feel like, I'm not supposed to, like, this is not, I'm not supposed to be here. That's perfectly fine. And that's a good thing too, because you know that there's more that the Lord wants to do in your life. But it's like you said, stewarding it well in that time that you are there, because you can't just say, hey, now I have a job that the Lord has blessed you, and say, God, you gave me the wrong thing, and you quit and you abruptly leave, because now you're not able to build your character well, or be able to work with people that are going to challenge you spiritually.
Oh my gosh.
And then you go to another space that the Lord wants you to be there, and they're even worse there, and you can't even do it. And then you fall off the wheel, and now your spiritual life is just dead.
Yeah.
Or he's calling you to be in a space where you to be the light, to be the person that brings people to salvation. But you are too prideful to be like, okay, let me sit myself here for the season and humble myself and learn how to humble myself with people that are not like me. Because you're now saying, no, I'm too big for this. This is not the first place I'm supposed to be. And you abruptly leave, and now you get an opportunity, and you're in the wrong space, and now you delayed your whole destiny because you are too prideful. That's what a lot of people do, because they're just like, it's too hard, it's too difficult. They only want the high. A lot of people like the high life, where it's just like, it's the good season where everything, ministry's flowing, you know, your things are flowing, you know, you got your person. Maybe there's a season of marriage for you. You're just like, I got my person, everything's going well. And then when the life starts to go, what happened to your spiritual life?
And sometimes I feel like even in those times where you're like, those seasons are tough, I feel like we shouldn't stay there that long. Even though we know that the season is tough and you're going through it, find a way to find joy. Like, we're going through a particularly tough season in family-wise, but like, there are times where I just put on music. I'm like, nah, man, I can't stay here for too long.
No, that's
like,
what I'm saying. It's more so finding that
season.
season.
Get me like down. Like, I know it's hard. I know I'm struggling, but the joy surpasses all understanding. The joy is even in the seasons that are hard, right? Where can you find happiness and positivity in, like,
and that's
you know,
that's why it's important to stick
things
with the word, because if you don't stick with the word, you can't find any joy regardless of what you look for. That word is the one that keeps you going, right? When you listen to the worship, it's because of the word. So like, that's why if we don't have the word, if you don't have Jesus, I tell for myself personally, I wouldn't be able to do it, because I found myself where I don't go to the word, and it's just like an automatic cycle for me to start thinking like, it's more so complaining. And I don't want to complain to God. Because when he complained to God, like the Israelites, there's nothing like what happened to them? The Lord got angry at them.
I want to add like a different element to this conversation too. Thinking about this topic made me think about like the times in life where people left my life abruptly. Because we talk about like I think we talked about like kind of leaving seasons abruptly, something like that. But like people leaving my life abruptly, and I felt like abandoned. And it's like, how am I gonna navigate in this season without this person? And it's like, we have gone through that as a group, individually and stuff like that. And sometimes I don't know how to navigate it, especially when I was younger, like growing up in church. You journey with this leader that comes from out of the city for a whole summer, and then you gain a relationship with them, a bond with them so many times, guys. And then they just leave. And it's like, Like, even like us as young leaders in the church, there was a program called Urban Promise, or organization there for like 10 years, and then abruptly just left. And it's like, God, how am I going to navigate this? How am I going how can I be this person that was in this leadership role? Like, how can I do this? But every time that happens, God gives us the tools we need to navigate that season.
He was preparing you too, right? Like, all those seasons that you're with that organization was preparing you for that moment where they do say, hey, this is our last season. We're done. If you didn't have that, that's what I'm saying. Everything that the Lord does, he is purposeful and intentional.
Yeah. Sorry if I
No, it's
cut
okay.
you off. But I feel like even in those like good seasons when like he wants to change you into like a job, a good job, like, or you don't have a job in the season and he's trying to upgrade you. I feel like we never know when he's gonna like
Do it.
change it.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna tell you when he's gonna change it. He prepares you, and you're like, oh.
No.
Or even like healing. He prepares you. You think it's not going well. Suddenly, all of a sudden, the pain's gone.
Yeah.
It's like he's not going to tell you that you don't even realize
Mm-hmm.
it. So, but he's preparing you for time. You know, preparing your faith, preparing your mind, and all of a sudden, you're like, oh, he did it.
And that's going into like trusting God's timing and like being present in the current season that we in, because we oftentimes can really go way past the current season and be like in the future, not really take in what the Lord is doing in this current season and trusting his timing. And it's like another Psalms here says like, wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. That's the word wait in this culture does not exist.
And that's why I be telling people when they say like, how's it going down, or how's your job? I literally say the same thing. It's going good. I really have to steward this season I'm in right now in this job, because if I don't, I'm going to miss out on all the things God is teaching me in this moment. Every day is the same line, same thing. Like eating oats the same one every day. It's the same
the
thing.
way he eats his oats is dry.
I eat the same thing, guys. Consistency builds, you know?
No, it's true. It's
True.
It
You
builds-
got
yes.
to, because my mind will go crazy. It will go nuts. My faith, but I really have to like come on in and just be a joyful person, honestly, because I don't want to let the enemy steal my joy.
Yeah.
That's why I go play basketball.
Well, it's true.
sometimes
That's
during
what the
week.
enemy wants you to be like.
Sad
Well,
and
look at
depressed.
what your life looks like now. I
Yeah.
thought you're supposed to be here at a certain point, and you're not. And so that's what I'm saying. You begin to complain and turn
See?
against the Lord instead of being with the Lord and in His presence.
Let's go a little bit deeper. The other day, yesterday, I said, Nana, there's favor on your life, though. There's favor on your life. Just like you think like you should be a certain place, but it's like, just look at things like your current living situation.
Yeah.
Someone else that's 26 is paying
A crazy boatload of amount for
X,
something.
Y,
Oh,
Z.
for sure.
But you, Nana, you're in this family that's allowing you to save a certain amount. Even though you don't think it's a lot, it's still something, right? Even though it comes with all of this stuff, you're still like favored in a way. You have an advantage over people. So it's like sometimes we think favor is like, oh, this job, the podcast to be booming. No, this is what your favor looks like right now. And in the future, your favor might look like this. So just be content in this season. So
yeah, it's contentment for sure in the present season, and just like trusting God
Yeah.
in that season, that he's working it out. And that's where faith comes in. You have to put your faith into action. Don't just, we said this the last podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Don't just be a person that reads the word and then you go away and you don't even apply it to your life. Just because life is hard, just because life is uncomfortable, just because the season you're in is not exactly where you want to be, that doesn't mean that God's changing. He doesn't change. He's changing you, but he himself doesn't change. And I think we have to remember that, so that we don't allow the enemy to steal, kill, and destroy what the Lord is planning for us, because we're so impatient, or we're so we're filled with doubt and unbelief. It's like, stick in that and work through it. Like the pruning, the waiting, the ups, the downs. Those are moments where when you do get to the point where he's like, hey, my daughter, my son, this is where I want you to be. You're like, God, you got it. You knew what you were doing. You don't want to be that person that like basically is angry with God the whole time you're in the season. And then when you get there, you're just like, oh God, that's what you want. That's what you meant.
Buddy,
And you know that
even
that what's it called, glorifying him is going to be short, because you weren't doing it before.
Exactly.
It's not something you're used to.
Exactly.
It should be carried out throughout the season, and when you go to a higher season in your life, you'll be like, your grace and your glory will be even more like, big, because you know what he's brought you through and sustained you through.
Yes.
So gems on gems on gems. Gems on gems on gems.
Let's end this. But let's end it with what's one piece of advice that you would give someone who's struggling in a season of change?
Wait on the Lord.
I think for me, it's like seek community, like seek God, but seek community just to kind of help you through with that season. Because sometimes just talking through the season and getting wise counsel from people who are older than you, who may have been through that season that you're in, may help you to see the future, or see the next steps, or what you can do to kind of help you in that season that you are in. Just the support and the community, like have a good community around you.
I like that. You don't have one, eh? You're still thinking. Thinking. Mine is just
the question was
share a piece of advice that you give someone who's struggling in a season of change. I would say run to the word. Like, that is your holy grail. There's absolutely nothing else that you need, because the word will direct you to the person that you need to go to. The word will direct you to the places that you need to go to. The word will keep you safe. The word will keep your mind safe. The word will keep your spirit safe, because the enemy obviously is trying to look for areas of doubt, to make you question God. And so if you're able to really stick firm into your word, there's not much the enemy can really do, to be honest. There's really not much he can do. But the moment you give him that leeway to be like, oh yeah, that's what you think? You don't know God. Come on now. That's the God you think, that's the one you think he's going to come and save you? Yeah, right. That's not what he said in his word. He would just fill you with doubt. And then he was like, oh, you're right. He's not going to come. He's not going to answer. He wasn't listening to me. Oh, because I sinned yesterday, he's probably forgot about me. But it's not true. So read your word. Read it over and over and over and over and over again.
Don't let it depart your lips.
Never. It's the first psalm in the Psalms. The first thing is that you meditate on it day and night. Not just day and night. So don't forget that.
Yeah, good points. I would just say, like, just steward the season well. Just really steward the season well, alongside with praying and what did you say were yours? Community. That all encompasses stewarding the season well. Because if you don't, you're gonna be a mad woman, mad man, and you don't want that for yourself. Yeah, that's literally it. Like, and I'm speaking for myself as well, because you really want to really be blessed in the season that you're in. You don't want to miss out on the blessings. And document it too. Like, journal about it. Like, because you really need to know, like, what God has done for you. And honestly, have fun. Do things.
Yeah, that's important.
Do things. If you like to go play basketball like me, go play basketball. I tell her, like, I need to go play basketball for my mental health.
No, you're right.
I'll be on the phone and say, hey, I'm going to go play basketball for my mental health. I play that twice a week, or like we go out once a week, whatever. Like, do stuff that's really good, especially in the culture of 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Trust me, you want to get to the point where we're entrepreneurs, but like we get to the culture of 9 to 5. it's really a 9 to 7 because
Yeah,
you're traveling home.
And when
Like
you get
nine-
there,
it's literally like 9 to 9 at this point.
At this point, you really got to do things in those pockets of time to really, have fun in the season.
Yeah.
So even if it's winter, summer, you name it, we're going to have fun and really steward the season well.
Yes.
Boom, book it.
Yes.
yeah.
All right. So let's just wrap it up. I'm going to ask just a question and then we're going to just do our declaration. Call it a day. And by this time, we'll have testimonies to share with you guys on
Yeah,
Instagram.
or you guys have testimonies to share.
Yes.
Right.
So-
Remember, you can write us.
Yes, you can DM us and
comment.
stuff like that, and we would love to share it. Like Nana shared it. That was a testimony he shared, even though
It
it
was
says
actually.
blessing
I was
of
gonna say
blender.
that.
Oh, yeah.
But
It
literally-
was supposed to be a testimony.
That was literally a
Maybe we'll
testimony.
post that on Instagram to,
Yes.
to
That was literally a testimony. Okay, so I want you to, we're going to do a seasonal check-in game. So you're just going to share the season that you're currently in, but with a funny or fun metaphor. So, for example, I'm in my summer season, but it's a bit stormy. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give you time. I'm in my winter season with rays of sunshine.
Damn, that's a tough one. I'm definitely in a Sahara desert
Dang.
storm season.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A Sahara desert storm season with moments of a stoppage of the storm.
Okay. With moments of, I guess the storm has stopped. Okay.
Yeah.
Breaks in between. Got you.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm in my summer season,
Mm-hmm.
but there are thunderstorms.
That was a good one. All right.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know if my metaphor was that sick like theirs.
You'll come back and share again. But let us know, actually. We're going to do a seasonal check-in game, and I want to see where people are at in their season. So this is for you guys to reflect on. How is God working in your life during this season, and how are you responding? That's the question I'm going to leave with you guys for today.
For our audience, right?
Yes, definitely. And then I'm going to say this.
gonna-
Our,
I know.
no.
How many questions are you
Sorry.
asking us, woman?
They would love to hear our
Yes,
voices.
done.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. Ready? It says, I declare I am grateful for who God is in my life and for what he's done. I will not take for granted the people, the opportunities, and the favor he has blessed me with. I will look at what is right and not what is wrong. I will thank him for what I have and not complain about what I don't have. I will see each day as a gift from God. My heart will overflow with praise and gratitude for all of his goodness. This is my declaration.
This is my story.
Literally, that's the song.
This is my song,
Dun, dun,
praising my Savior
dun, dun.
all the day long. That's it. I'm not going to sing anymore. Thank you so much for that
Yeah, thanks.
beats.
Great.
Can I tell the people what to do?
Tell them what to do, man. That's very
Hey,
simple.
guys.
Why are you leaning on this thing
Because
like that?
it's not causing no ruckus.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Just close off the thing.
Anyways, like, subscribe, listen to us on Spotify, all streaming platforms. By the time you hear this, first of all, whoever's watching to the end of this, chef's
You should
kiss.
tell them to do something so
Man.
that we know they watched
That's true.
and they listened.
Yo. This is what you're gonna do.
No,
this
thumbs
is
up.
No,
This is
no. There has to be something.
no, not a thumbs up.
It has to-
This is- yo. Honestly, listen.
No, they should put a no.
To
not
do
a
with the
red.
No,
episode. or
whoever's watching to the end of this, in the comments, just put, the emoji, and it goes, the smoking. You're not smoking, but you're blowing like smoke. Put that so it's code words for that you're here.
finished, okay.
Yeah, if you're a real one, don't worry, we got you. So by the time you're watching this, vlogs are probably come out. Tell us how that is and stuff like that. Giveaways may come out. You never know. But
Surprise.
that's it. We're the Juxtaposition crew, and we're out of here. Peace.
See ya.
Bye.